That's the housekeeping. Next up, when I asked this storyteller what is bringing them joy lately, they responded with the support of family and friends. Give a warm welcome to Duane, everybody.
All right. July 9th, 2001. Just got home from work. It was hot. So I wanted to jump in the pool. So I jump in the pool, take a little swim, waiting on my family to come home. My wife and my kids come home. And my daughter Carissa, she was one that would always come and run up and jump on me. So she jumped on me that day and she was like, "Dad," like it was good to see me. Shayna, she was one of them ones, she was a tough one. She'd just walk in the house and, "Hi, Dad." And so that day we went along. So my brother was in the hospital. And I had told my wife that I was gonna go see my brother. Shayna asked me to go with me. And she said, "Dad, can I go with you?" And I said, "Yes." So later on she changed her mind and said, "I'm not gonna go with you." And so I decided to go see my brother. That night, I never made it back home. I had made the worst decision in my life, that I went to murder someone. And that day, I never seen my family again with freedom. And so, during my incarceration process, my wife tells me, "I'm not going to be the one to tell your daughters what happened. You are." She said, "You're going to sit down with them and you're going to tell them everything that happened." And I was like, wow. I got to be honest, because I had been lying to them. I had been in denial. And so, Shayna being the tough one, because she was an athlete. She played softball. She followed after me. We were both athletes. And so, she comes and see me and she asked me these questions and it was like I gave her everything she wanted to know. It was hard, but I could see that Shayna was okay. But it was one thing that she said that got to me. She said, "Dad, if I had went with you, you probably wouldn't have never done this." And I said, "No, Shayna. It may have not happened that day, but it would have happened." And so I told her it was never your fault what had happened. And I wanted her to understand that this was me, my selfishness. I chose to do this, not her. And I didn't want her to feel that guilt that she had done something wrong. But the hardest one was Carissa. I would send her letters, she wouldn't write back. And I would call and the conversations would be short. But this was my baby, this was the one that would jump on me. And, she sent me a letter one day and she said, "Dad, where were you when I would wake up in the morning? Where were you when I needed to be put to sleep? Where were you when I needed to go to the hospital when you wasn't there when I needed my dad?" And I used to sit and look at that letter for a while. And I would be like, whoa, this hurts. Because my daughter really needed me at this time. So I had missed elementary, junior high, high school graduations. And with Carissa, when she went to college, I started calling her. She would let me call her one time a week. And I would be like, "Can I call you again?" She would be like, "No, Dad, call me next week." And this went on for a while. And as it went on for a while, I called her again. And then one day she said, "Dad, can you call me back?" And when I called her back, she said, "Dad, can you call me again?" And I was like, whoa, this is exciting. Something is happening right here. And from that day on, we never missed a phone call unless someone was busy doing something. She's a stay-at-home mom, so I get to talk to her a lot more than what I get to talk to Shayna. When the daytime is here, Shayna's at work. When I'm asleep, she's at work. So I have to catch Shayna on her off days. But Carissa, me and Carissa can talk every single day because her being a stay-at-home mom. But the thing that I'm so happy about is that they forgave me. And I am so proud of them today because of the women they have become. Their mom was very instrumental in helping them go through the process. And I praise their mom every single time, even though she's remarried and she has another husband. I praise them because of the job they've done with my daughters. They're great mothers. They're great sisters. They're great friends. And because of this, they forgave me. And I'm indebted to them because I love them so much. And if you don't know, they're sitting back there. And that tells you how much that tells you so much how much they have forgiven me, how much they love me, how much love I give them. And I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for them. Thank you.